going on, guys? We're gonna play some Starcraft. I want to show you here. We got promoted to 1v1 Gold 1 on Terran. And I actually want to watch the replay with you guys on this one. I got rushed twice in 2 games. And yeah, thought it'd be cool to watch the replay. Playing against a Zerg player called Cat Food. Put the name up there, supply. Alright, so I was thinking of going Hellions on this one. Like some Hellions and tanks anyways. Because I figured he'd probably rush me with Zerglings and then probably follow up with like Hydras. So I sent a guy out just to see what he was up to. And it was weird. He sent out 2 drones right away. We cross each other. He takes me out a little bit right there. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. I wanted to block his hatchery, which I did a good job blocking his hatchery for a moment. Yeah. That was weird. Even though I was patrolling, I didn't really actually even attack him. I don't know. That was weird. Alright, so then he came up here and he like started attacking my supply depot. I'm like, that's kind of weird. You never really see that in normal games. Well, what game's actually really normal anyways, right? So then I start taking him out and I'm like, well, my Marine will come out. I'll just use them. So then he decides to do a hatchery right here instead of doing it in my main. So I go out to go look for him. And I don't think I actually realize it for a second here. But I know something's fishy. And then I spot it as the Zerglings are coming out. And I'm building a factory. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try to kill these 2 Zerglings while I wait. And he took out one of my SCVs, took out my Marine. Now what I figured he's gonna do is try to do like spine crawlers or like a Nidus canal to try to bring over all of his units faster. He's building Zerglings and he's not building a second base, so he's spending all of his money literally on, well, this hatchery that's like randomly placed. He could have even put it here to get minerals, or even here to get minerals, but he was trying to get as close as possible to my base. Now I do already have a Hellion coming out, so I figured he'd have some more Zerglings, kind of clean those up. There's a spine crawler. I'm going to switch this over so I can get a tank. We can attack it from the high ground if it gets too close. Come out here and try to take out a few Zerglings. Took out 2. Just going to kind of circle around, and then I start shooting the drone here so he doesn't get a second one. There he goes. There's a second one. I then decide to retreat. Built another factory right away with a tech lab so I could make 2 tanks at a time. And then I'm building a starport now. So I'm like, well, sometimes he'll probably go mutas or um, really just have a little air defense, have a little range of vision. And I think I actually go for a liberator. That way I could kind of clean up some of this. Almost take out a spine crawler with my first tank. And almost get his queen, but just not quite. Now he is building a infestation pit. Probably to upgrade his lair. He does have a second base now. I'm still on one. Clean up these Zerglings pretty easily. He took out my Hellion, but I got 2 additional tanks, so I got 3 tanks now on the high ground, so his spine crawlers aren't going to really get close at all. Now he is building 3 what are they called? Building 3 of the... Dang, I can't think of the name. Three swarm hosts. Yeah, that's what they are. Which is crazy. They get these little guys, locusts, like instantly. Once they come out of the hatchery, they're already ready to go. So I do clean those up. Check out their spine crawlers. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get a Cyclone. I do have a bigger supply than he does, and that's not good for Zerg. Zerg should have more of a supply than I do. Kill his queen. I take out his other queen. Then I go for the swarm hosts. Looks like he's getting ready to reset. I could have took out just that one right there. Would have been nice. Now he has 6 swarm hosts. So we're trying to get those guys with the liberators. And this is where I kind of messed up. I should have unsieged my tanks. Maybe got a couple extra little hits off. But he does a good job taking out all 3 of my tanks. Neither one of us are producing anything at the moment. I think we're both a little shocked that it didn't work. Like he's trying to figure out what he's going to do next. I'm chasing these guys down. I think I ended up getting both of them. Almost got that probe. So now we're setting up. I brought the Liberator over to see if I can potentially take out some probes. I sieged it in a weird place. Takes out that. I back off and then I try to get him with one good hit. Unable to do it. Now I'm trying to take out this spine crawler with freaking Hellions because I don't have any tanks. I do have Vikings. I get 1 drone out of that. Still don't take out a spine crawler. Like, I'm not giving up. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do it either way. We're gonna take this out. We get that. I got my Vikings coming back for some reason. I don't know why I sent them back. They probably would have done really well on the mineral line right here, taking out some probes. That's okay. Take out a couple more locusts. And then we end up taking out this tank. Now there is mutas. I do catch a couple of them. So now my Vikings are coming back. We're taking out the swarm hosts. For some reason I sent the Vikings back. They're going to clear up a little bit of my workers here. Then I realize and I move them away. I got a single Marine over here trying to take these guys out. The mutas. It's a very sloppy game, but still won and got a promotion out of it. Take out the hatchery. Worked out very well. And now we have an army worth using. I circle around this way because I didn't know if maybe he had a base here or here or here. I'm just kind of scouting the area, and then I managed to get another swarm host. Meantime, he's producing some mutas. I'm continuing to make Vikings in case more mutas come. I got stuck. I wanted to build a missile turret, but I didn't have enough minerals. So, and I was supply blocked, so I built some supply depots. And then once I had enough money, I built a engineering bay. Here comes the mutas. I do spot them. Very sloppy game. I ended up taking my entire army back up instead of maybe using some of my ground army to attack. I sent everything back up. They're taking out now a lot of my workers. I build my missile turret now because I did manage to get the engineering bay up. And there we go, we got the Vikings. Gotta really clean them up now. Take out the mutas, and he's not producing anything actually at the moment, so that's interesting. Got the missile turrets up, so now I got some defense at home. I can refocus. Looks like I kept some Hellions down here. Now he's building mutas. He's building 9, or not mutas, hydras. He's building 9 hydralis. So I thought that was interesting. Now he can see this whole time. He has a vision on literally everything that I'm doing. He blocked me, so this is like a one base all in for me. And hopefully you guys can hear over the music. The music is a little loud on the computer. I didn't realize that. And there we go. Hydras are out. We clean it up pretty easily. And that's a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Alright, so this is the match right before that one. Again, we're going to watch a replay. It's Terran versus Terran. And he tried to rush me again. My 2 people tried to rush me, so I wanted to show you those. Did a really good job by not allowing them to take me out. So this guy is the enemy, obviously. We're up here. He starts talking in Spanish to me. I'm not even paying attention to him. I think I give him a question mark. I'm like, whatever, man. So here he goes. He's sending out a couple of SCVs. I'm pretty sure he's gonna barracks rush me right in this area here. Basically, he's gonna try to marine rush me. He thinks he's cool. But usually, this is how I started a match. Like if I would have went with a second base, that's more long game. And I noticed on a gold league, people tend to rush and try to get the matches over with sooner compared to like platinum and diamond. I noticed where they'll go into like 3 base to 3 base, and they'll have a reaper come out. I noticed there wasn't a reaper. There's usually a reaper by now. Music is a bit loud, isn't it? At least you're not hearing it on both the TV and the desktop. Alright, anyways, so he's got 4 barracks. He's gonna start pumping out marines. Our supply's the same. Right here I built my factory a little bit too close. I should have built it a little further away. I noticed with my guy there's no base. There's 1 supply depot. Usually there's barracks. So I knew right away that I was getting rushed. I do have 1 marine coming out. I start building a reaper because they're a little better against marines. You can hop off and on ledges. So I put down a bunker right away. I'm building my factory. He then realizes, you know what, maybe I should kill the SCV because the factory's almost done. Takes out my marine. I send another SCV to finish the factory off. So there's my reaper. He gets a little nervous. I do shoot and I actually get this guy inside the building or inside the base. That's kind of funny. Bunker is now up, so I could shoot a couple of these guys that are there. Do believe I managed to save the factory. And then I start producing a couple of Hellions because they're really good against Marines as well. Pretty sure he takes out my barracks before I even get that. Yeah, it was like a second later I would have had a second Marine. But the Hellion comes out. He tries to clear up some of the SCVs and take out my supply depot so I can't make any units. Now I'm supply blocked for a second. I do build a supply depot here, so that was good to my advantage. He's got a pretty good amount of Marines. If he would have rushed me with all those Marines right this second, he probably would have won. But he's just kind of scouting with another barracks and kind of waiting. I don't really know why he's waiting. Maybe he also got supply blocked a little bit. Preparing my Hellion. He's just kind of watching and waiting. Talking crap in Spanish. You could see that right there. I don't know what he's saying. I don't care. So I don't want to lose my Marines. Or I don't want to lose my Hellions. But I want to try to keep them busy and keep hitting them with the Hellions to reduce the life. He's still pumping them out. Now he does have a large supply compared to me. I built 2 more barracks back here. So he notices them, but there's not much you can do about it, right? And then I build one of these Widow Mines. I thought if I could hit him 1 or 2 good times with a Widow Mine, I could take out, 10, 12 of his guys pretty easily. I think he noticed the mine there once it locked on. Took out one of my Hellions. Come back home for a second. Building some Marines. He's still building Marines. Then I get a starport. I was like, I'm going to build a starport so I can get a Liberator. Take him maybe to the mineral line over there, or at least defend this area a little bit better. And that way I'd be able to kind of just have a little more defense and then some offense as well, because why not have a little offense? That first mine didn't do anything. It literally hit one marine, so that was kind of sad. But now he doesn't know how many mines I have. Here we go, one good solid hit. Not too bad. We're gonna get another solid hit here. Boom. So I mean, more than half of his marines got taken out by 2 mines. So the mines was a good play, or else he could have really done some damage with all those marines. We're gonna do another mine, and that's gonna clean up those 2 guys. So we're taking out a pretty good amount of marines here. I do switch it over. We're gonna get some tanks now, because you can't go wrong with some tanks. I start attacking his barracks. I just want him to have less eyes on me, to be honest. Just get out of here. Should clean it up. I think I destroy it. Yeah. Take that out. So now I got this liberator here. I'm trying to draw them in to that line. Another solid hit from the mine. Now I'm just laughing at him. A little sloppy right here with my marines, but I was like, if he has some low HP, I wouldn't mind trying to take some out. He just had way more than me, honestly. Another liberator. I thought I could easily post up right here and take out some that were popping out, because they're pretty much like one hit. Yeah, they are one hit. So it's like as they're popping out to produce, I'll just hit them, get a bunch of free kills. Probably not the best idea. I could have probably put like 1 or 2 right here, or 1 here and then 1 here. That would have been a little better. And he just keeps making marines. He's like, I'm gonna win with marines. I'm not gonna make anything else, just marines. So he starts building more barracks. He has no gas. At least I have gas and tanks. So here we go. Big hit from a tank. Another big hit. Another big hit. Another big hit. We clear them all up. Every last one. So then I post up right here. It takes my liberator out again. But I still have liberators popping out. Got liberators, tanks, marines. He's gonna try to come in to the base. Like, nope, forget that. Too many marines. Kind of get a scout of what's happening. Now I am sending a liberator down here to clear up some of the marines, or SCVs. And then I'm going to try to lure them in again with some marines on my end. Try to get them over the tanks. Got another liberator. And as he's coming into the base, I'm actually posted up, taking out a bunch of his SCVs right here. We clear these guys up pretty easily with that next tank, bunker, and we destroy his mineral line pretty easily. Got the GG. Subscribe for more, guys. Thanks for watching.